So hi, this is going to be about, not really about a knife channel, but why I bought the knife that I bought. I was watching some YouTube channels and started getting interested, and those guys are really good at talking up knives, and so I just said, well, I'm going to buy a knife. And I went on Google and I decided, okay, what's a good knife to buy? And I settled on a Loveless knife. I talked to a few people, and the knife community is really friendly because they said, well, talk to this guy, he can give you a better deal because he does consignment. These are my personal knives and stuff like that. So one guy was Dave, and another guy was someone who knew Loveless, and so I talked to them. And so meanwhile, I said, well, let me go buy a knife so I can just hold one. So I went to Walmart and I looked up knives, looked at the knife section, and I saw this one. And then I looked at the name and I said, okay, well, let me see about this knife. And I saw that it won an award. So I said, okay, I'll buy this knife. I think it's 2012. New design or something like that. So I found out that this is made from Hinder. And so that's probably why I bought the Loveless. And I said, okay, well, Hinderer I think is a famous person. Oh my God. And so I bought this knife, and I think this is a perfect knife for a newbie like me, because although most people say they don't like it, this is assisted. So there's a spring in there that helps open the knife. There's a detent, so it's not like a switchblade, because there's a detent that holds the knife to a certain point, and so you can stop the knife from opening all the way completely before it pushes out all the way. So the knife is really easy to use. I mean, especially for a newbie like me, this lock bar is really easy to use. And so I got spoiled with this knife. I have a Synergy, and I bought was it 8010, and those things are hard to open, but you get used to it. And so this is the first knife I want to show. I got my Loveless. It's I think it's called a Drop Hunter, and I also bought a Randall and a Hinderer solid knife called the Emmett, and that's about it. So, and then I bought the sharpener. It's work sharpener, something like that. So that's why I bought this knife. I bought it to hold and get used to knives before I get my other knives. I'm going to tell you something. This is a really easy knife to hold, to use. I don't know about hot spots. When I was in the military, when we're using a shovel, I was stationed up in Alaska, snowshoes or cross-country skis. You use it, there's a mission to do, and you don't really feel hot spots or things like that. So if I needed to use this knife, I wouldn't really complain about anything. It feels really good. The clip, you can barely feel the clip. Everything's pretty smooth. On the 8010, you can feel the hard edges up here, but when you hold it and you're using it, I don't think you really care about the edges, unless you're digging your hand into them. But really, when I was holding it, you couldn't really feel the edges, and especially this. There's the only hard edge on this thing is the blade itself and the point. Okay, so when I got this, it was cutting paper and everything like this, and I cut wood with it, and it was really easy. And then I saw on some videos where people were stabbing cans to test out the tip. And since this is just a, I don't want to say beater knife, I'm just a less expensive knife, and if I break it, I could buy another one. So I did that. This thing just opened up a can like it was like butter. So yeah, this is a really great little knife. I mean, and when I first got it, I didn't think it was little because, you know, I'm not used to holding knives. But yeah, it is little, but not little like, that's like saying an Olympic skater is little. Yeah, but they're very powerful, or gymnast. So that's like what this knife is. It's not really, it might be a little small in size, but it doesn't really feel small when you have to use it. It gets the job done, and I think it looks pretty nice, you know, for you know, your first knife. I don't think you can go wrong with this knife, especially how it opens up. It's really easy. The only thing that's bad about this is when I looking up how to dismantle this knife, since the spring has a little area where you put grease on, so the spring won't make noise when it's in there, and so you can feel the slipperiness because it's hot, and so that's the only thing. But if I were to use this, I wouldn't be holding it like this and playing with it. I would open it up and then use it. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be opening and closing it. And if it did get slippery, well, then I would just wipe it down, like I do. Okay, thank you very much for watching, if you're watching, and that's the reason why I bought this Kershaw Cryo. The metal is not bad from what you know, it doesn't keep an edge for very long, but it sharpens very fast, and that's the thing, you know, when you use it, it's sharp, and then if you have to sharpen it, it's easy to do. So very good knife as far as what I know about knives. Easy to open. Doesn't feel like dangerous, you know, to use. I literally cut my hand on the 8010 because when it folded close on my, I didn't even realize, but it cut me. That's how sharp that thing was. All right, you guys have a great day, and thank you for, sorry, I drink a lot of rock stars. Thank you for watching if you watched. God bless you. Bye-bye.